What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having you a kick-ass freaking day today. Happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are celebrating and cooking out and letting off fireworks and enjoying yourself, but enjoying yourself safely. You know, guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. My neighbor has, I think she is 14, 15, 16. She's in that area. And I was over there today. I went to their house and I was talking to them. And me and her dad just started talking about old things, like things that we grew up on, you know. And I pulled up a couple pictures. I Googled a few things and put up some pictures just to show their child and see if she would know how to use them, knew what they were, you know. So I'm 46 years old. I'm 46, and I remember everything from when I was a child. I can't tell you what I had for dinner yesterday, but I can tell you what I had, you know, when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. And see you, buddy. I remember those things. So I'm going to put up a couple pictures, and if you guys have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever that you see on a regular basis, show them the pictures of them and say, hey, do you think you could use this? With everything that how it is today, let's go back to when we were kids, okay? And like the first one, the first one is a rotary phone. I showed her a rotary phone and she goes, well, it's a phone. I was like, do you think you can use it? How would you do that? And she was like, it doesn't have any buttons. And I was like, yeah, that's right. You know, yeah, you're right. And it's like everybody remembers the rotary phone, at least of our generations. You know, you want to dial 6, put your finger in 6, and you have to pull it all the way around, then let it go. Then 5, pull all the way around, let it go. It's crazy how technology is, you know, compared to what it is today compared to what it was when we were kids. It's freaking night and day. I mean, it really is. And then the next one, you see it, a VHS VCR. You know, we had you know, VHS and Beta. You guys remember Beta? You know, you had the big ass movie tapes if you wanted to watch a movie, and you had to push rewind. And if you had, I remember we had Blockbuster Video, and I think all Blockbusters are way out of business now. But, you know, everything is so digital. You know, you just hit your app, you know, watch it on your phone, and go to Netflix or Hulu, wherever in the hell you want to go. But that is what we had. We had a VCR. And if you went to Blockbuster, if you returned it the next day, and if you didn't rewind it, you'd get charged like $1. You know, it's crazy how that stuff works. Yeah. And then now you see the beeper. Everybody, before cell phones, we had a beeper, a pager. You had to clip it on your belt loop and your pants, and you know, somebody wanted to get a hold of you, you had to pop that thing up like, oh yeah, I need to call them back. You know, you had to just sit there and stare at it for a minute. Yep, I gotta call that number. That's my mom, that's my dad, that's my whoever. But kids, this generation, before cell phones, that's how you got in touch with someone. You know, without a telephone, if they was out and about and you needed to talk to them, you couldn't call their cell phone. You had to page them. You know, that's just, it's insane. Absolutely insane when you think about it. And then, you know, we're on talk. Guys, remember, you remember Ataris? You know, now you got, what, PlayStations and Xboxes and shit on the computer and all that. Back then, you had that. You had 2 joysticks, you know, straight up joysticks, and 1 button. Now, you got 9 buttons, 4 different controllers, shit that vibrates. The controllers vibrate, all that stuff. So you have all that now. Children, that's what we had. You know, I was the master at Pong. I was the champ at Pong. And Donkey Kong, stuff like that. Yeah, all that stuff. You know, and now, you know, you got virtual reality that you can play on your video games, and it's crazy how you really think about it. You know, and now listen, kids, if you're out, you know, back in our time, if we was out running around and someone paged us on our pager, you know, we couldn't pull out our cell phones. We couldn't do that. We had to run to that. We had to run to the phone booth and put our quarter in, you know, and, you know, phone booths, I haven't seen, I did see a payphone. Me and my wife went on vacation. It was into May, I think. Yeah, it was into May. We went to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge just to get away for a few days and hang out. And my God, if you guys haven't been there, if you was there 20 years ago, wait till you see it now if you haven't been back. Like when I was there, I remember a campground, and now it's everything in the freaking world is there. It is the biggest tourist place in the world. But, you know, the phone booths, you guys might know from Superman. You know, you remember Superman jumping into the phone booth and changing into his Superman costume and outfit or whatever and running and flying away. Well, children, today's generation, that is what we had to use if we had to get a hold of somebody. And you better had your quarter, and you better had some backup just in case if your calls went over like 3 minutes, I think 3 or 4 minutes was the time limit, and they'd cut your phone off. Yeah, I loved it. I love old times. I mean, I do. And now it's like, also today we used to have that. Today you can take a picture anywhere you want. You can use your cell phone. You can do whatever, you know, and you can just take pictures everywhere you want. But you guys remember that? Remember the Polaroid camera, to where you would take your little picture and then it'd spit out your picture out of the bottom of it, and you had to sit there and shake it so the color would come into it, so it developed properly. You know, hold on, I'll show you. Hold on, I got a good picture. I'll show you in a minute. You know, you guys remember that? I mean, children, that's what we had. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have nothing. You had a camera or you ain't getting the picture. It's just crazy. I love how much technology in the world has changed. It's like, I always say, I don't think they could survive because they'd be used to it just like we was used to it. But when you look at everything that children have today, take it all away. Take it all away and put them in our generation. Put them in our life of growing up. Whole another world, kids. It's insane. And now this last one, everyone loves music. Everyone loves music, so we had that. You know, the Walkman that you carried your little, you'd put it in your pocket or whatever, and then you had the headphones or earphones that you had to put over your head. You know, you didn't have Bluetooth shit. There was nothing Bluetooth. The only Bluetooth is if someone just ate a Jolly Rancher and their tooth turned blue. That's all we had. That's it. You know, but that's how we listened to music growing up. You know, we didn't have iPods and Apple Music and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Everything that kids have today. I just want them to live our lives growing up for 1 month. Dude, I guarantee you they would be some crazy ass kids. There'd be a lot of depressed kids. A lot of kids would be crying constantly. You know, nowadays you can just sit in your house, play on your computer and play your PlayStations and do all that, and then talk to your friends on your cell phone, all that. You know what we did? We got our ass outside and rode our bikes. That's what we did. You know, I just think it's great. I want to see your all's reactions. I want to see how many people remember the pictures that I just showed. That's what I want. So guys, love you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe before you leave here today. And again, have a wonderful, wonderful 4th of July. And guys, celebrate it, love it, live it, but do it safely. You all have a kick-ass freaking day.